What if the global coffee icon never took off, forever absent? Would America drink coffee completely differently? Let's explore this unexpected historical turning point. Imagine a world without coffee shops named after sea gods, no urban espresso aroma. A startup brand from Seattle redefined coffee culture, turning it into an experience. But what if that empire never succeeded, and another brand dominated the market? In the 70s and 80s, American coffee was primarily drip coffee, consumed at home or in diners. Stores selling roasted beans for customers to brew themselves were common at the time. A group of visionary men dreamed of bringing Italy's rich espresso culture to America. They wanted to create a third place, not home, not work, but a relaxing community space. Building a brand based on a premium experience, rich flavor, and luxurious ambience. They aimed to educate Americans' coffee palate, changing their drinking habits.
To froth the milk.
A major shift in how millions of people enjoyed this beverage had begun. They reshaped streets, how people communicated, and everyday language. Transforming coffee from a simple drink into a complex, iconic cultural experience. What if the Seattle brand's efforts to introduce espresso weren't widely accepted? Americans accustomed to drip coffee found the new product too expensive, complex, or fancy. Financial pressure forced them to scale back or close, and the Italian coffee dream never materialized. Meanwhile, another brand already had thousands of stores, ready to dominate the American market. The absence of the Seattle brand created a vacuum, but not for revolutionary innovation. Instead, Dunkin Donuts quickly solidified its position as America's #1 coffee destination. Beyond donuts, Dunkin invested heavily in coffee, refining recipes and improving brewing, ensuring consistent and accessible flavor, meeting the tastes of the majority of Americans. Hot, affordable drip coffee became a symbol of convenience and familiarity. Dunkin' stores spread throughout suburbs and cities, becoming a familiar stop. Becoming a familiar stop for commuters and students every morning. The lack of a luxurious third place meant social and work gatherings happened differently.
She does. She's so fluffy.
Either at bars, offices, or community libraries, rather than coffee shops. The culture of going for coffee as a daily social event would develop less in America. Americans still loved coffee, but it was a more practical love associated with starting the day, or quickly regaining energy, not for complex enjoyment or contemplation. Grocery stores and gas stations also upgraded their self-serve coffee offerings, providing more options for flavors and sizes, directly competing with Dunkin' Grab and Go. The diversity of complex espresso drinks remained less known in America. Espresso machines remained a luxury item for connoisseurs or high-end restaurants. The American coffee market was dominated by fast, convenient coffee chains. The third place concept was filled by community libraries, local pubs, or co-working spaces, but not dedicated espresso coffee shops. American social habits maintained greater diversity less focused on one space. Coffee hour rarely became a daily anticipated social event, but simply a part of the daily routine, quick and efficient. The world lacked a global coffee icon, familiar to everyone. In return, each town and neighborhood developed its own unique coffee culture. Less uniform, more clearly reflecting the identity of each region across America. This diversity created a rich American coffee landscape, but one less known globally. A world where coffee remained an essential part, but with different flavors and experiences. The long-term impact of this absence was far-reaching and multifaceted in the future. In the next 100 to 200 years, the coffee world would be shaped by fast, convenient chains. Like Dunkin Donuts, focusing on affordability and maximum efficiency. Global coffee culture would not be Americanized in the way we know. Other countries would retain stronger local coffee traditions. Unaffected by complex latte or frappuccino trends. Espresso and milk-based drinks would remain European specialties, less popular in North America. The American coffee industry would focus on producing large quantities of drip coffee, emphasizing low cost and maximum efficiency in all stages of production. Coffee farms in developing countries would have less access to specialty markets, where higher prices are paid for quality beans, providing better income. Instead, they would primarily supply raw coffee material to large chains. The development of urban areas and public spaces would also differ. There would be fewer fancy coffee shops on every future street corner. Retail spaces would focus more on convenience stores, fast food restaurants, or multifunctional community centers, not specialized coffee shops. The third place concept could be filled by libraries or pubs.
Cheers to that.
American social habits would maintain greater diversity in the future, not being concentrated in a specific type of space like a coffee shop. Coffee hour would rarely become a daily anticipated social event, but simply a part of the daily routine, quick and efficient. The world would lack a global coffee icon, easily recognizable and popular. In return, each town and neighborhood would develop its own coffee culture. Unique and less uniform, deeply reflecting the local identity of each region. A more diverse world, where each cup of coffee carries its own distinct, unforgettable mark. Instead of one dominant flavor, there would be a richness of many coffee options. This is the vision of a world without our familiar coffee empire. Just one small event not happening changed the entire coffee culture landscape. The world might lack a familiar icon, but it opens the door for other developments. What do you think of this scenario? Share and follow history's forked path to discover more.